Yo, it's your boy Trey, the producer, aka T Music. I'm here to just talk to y'all about my past and how I got here today. So let's get it.
Free your body and your mind.
Hey Trey, put that on everything.
Alright, so we back with it. I just wanted to, give a background of my life and everything, how I got started in the music business. So at 2 years old, my mom got me my first drum set because she seen I beat it on a lot of pots and pans. So she was like, I'm going to give him his first drum set. 2 years old, 1997, got my first drum set. And ever since then, I've been in love with music. From that point on, as far as being a drummer. So I grew up playing drums in my church. And I played, I think I started playing at the church around when I was like 7, 8 years old. I played at my mom's church for the children's choir, and my auntie was actually the choir director. So it was cool that I got to get put on with that, being that she was the choir director. She put me on to play drums or whatever. And I give a shout out to my boy Dion, who helped me out a lot with growing through drums, because I used to watch him so much playing drums that I grew a lot doing it. But from that point on, I knew music was so much inside of me, but I tried to run away from it because I wanted to do basketball, or I wanted to be, some of the stuff society tell you should be like a fighter, a police officer, and all that other stuff. I wanted to be that, but never realizing the calling God had given me to be able to do music until I got to a point when my mom seen that I was so musically inclined, and I wanted to get in piano. She got me my first piano when I was 12. So, I was playing the piano, but I would play by ear. And it was so crazy that I picked up on a lot of stuff, either further on and picking up bass as well. But when I got my first piano, this is when I realized I knew producing was for me, because I recorded my first song on that. It was a Yamaha YPT 400. It was small. It wasn't really like that. To show y'all a picture on here to show y'all when I got my first piano. But when I recorded my first song, it was for my little cousin. I made the lyrics for her and everything. It was so crazy because I had the little MP3 player that we used to have back in the day. A little MP3 player, you would click to press next at the top, so you'd be flicking through it like this. So I had the little recorder on. I literally did the beat all by myself. We used that, and she sung, and I did a little rap on there. And from that day forward, I kept listening to that song so much, and I realized that the Lord was calling me to produce, and it was so crazy. And then I ended up really hanging out with my cousins, and they would show me a guy by the name of Jay Drew. And if y'all don't know who he is, he's Karen Clarkshear's son. They showed me a video of him. I didn't know who he was at the time. They had just told me he was Kiki Shear's brother, so I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know who he was, but he produced so many tracks for her in itself. And they showed me a video when I was in 8th grade. They showed me a video of him making a beat. And instantly, when I seen him making that beat, I instantly was like, bro, this is me. I'm producing. That's my life. It clicked so quick after watching that video of him. And it's so funny because me and Jay Drew know who I am right now. And it's growing up watching him, I think he don't even know that I'm a big fan of him. But, I ain't, I give people benefit of the doubt. I ain't, it's celebrities. We all people. I ain't gonna treat you no different, But, yeah, watching that video of him, it changed my life forever. Once I got in 9th grade, I met up with some cats who was producing too. And they showed me other people that was producing or whatever. And I was just like, bro, it clicked so well. It was it just took a hold of me that producing was what I was called to do. whatever. I started around like 10th, 11th grade when I moved schools. The music teacher I had at my new school, his name is Mr. Kane. He had a studio. So and I had a class called Creative Music with Reason. That's when I learned how to use a software instead of just my piano. I started learning how to use, because I seen a lot of people would use FL Studio, but I didn't have a laptop, I didn't have nothing. Like going to school and using Reason at school was the only way I could make tracks like on software. So Reason was the first software I ever used recording. And then I met up with some couple cats that like after school I would do a little FL Studio or whatever. But then when my uncle had got some studio equipment, I would always be at his crib. This was after high school. Like after high school, around like 20. I'm 23 now, but after around like 20 years old, my uncle had his own studio, and he had he had the Mac, he had the KRKs, he had the Yamaha Motif, and the machine, the MK2. Man, when going over there was like, it was like the best thing ever, because it shaped me at the time. Actually, you know what? I'm sorry. My uncle, one of my other uncles was a national recording artist, a gospel recording artist, and he would have a studio. So me and my cousins would go over there, and he had Reason, so that made it even better. Like, cause at that time I was learning Reason. So excuse me, but all that in line, and like it fell into place from over there. And then I recorded my first song when I was 16, and it was a rap song called Just For Me with me and my Uncle Mark. I recorded my first song, and then that's when 20 years old, like I started going to my other uncle's house, and cause I lived right down the street from him, and I would go over there and just do work on machine. Like that was my first time ever working on machine and working on a beat pad and everything, cause I was always using piano. So using that, like it changed my whole perspective on music, and just having a beat pad, having a piano, and all of this other stuff. Like it all fell into place for me. And then when it got to a point, I was like, man, I don't want to keep going over other people's houses to be able to record music, because I was so hungry for it. I wanted to record some music and some of my own music where I don't have to depend on nobody to have to wait for them to get home, or have to wait until they got done to do what they do so I can come over and record. So I was like, man, I was working at the post office, I was making great money. I was like, man, I'm about to invest in myself, go get this stuff. Around my birthday, I ended up getting a laptop. I was so happy, and I'm on my laptop right now that I still got. I got my laptop. I got what else did I get? I got my key station, my M Audio MIDI controller. Then I went and got my micro machine, MK2, and what else did I get? Then everything else I started going like every 2 weeks and just getting a little stuff here and there. Like I went and got a Scarlett interface, a Focusrite. Then I ended up going to get a AKG for mic, and got shield, cords and everything for it. And I'm gonna show y'all a picture of the studio as well. Like when I started growing everything and getting everything situated, everything started falling into place. But I was so happy that I finally was able to get my own stuff, and that's when everything just started elevating. I started going to work, grinding, building up my production company and everything, so that way I have beats to sell and beats to be able to do music for my music as well. Like right now in this day where I stand today, it's so crazy. I've grown so much, man, and the way that the people that I work with love my music, it's crazy that I never would have thought I would have got this far. And then it's only the beginning. Like I'm just getting started. Like I'm in the process right now of rebranding myself, where I can be able to get everything situated, because I learned a lot more stuff now. So that's why I had been like MIA, and I was starting to drop content too. It was crazy. I started dropping content on Instagram, but then I literally had to stop for a minute and just pray out to God and just seek God about everything. And then God started throwing strategies at me, so I had to kill social media right now to just get closer to Him and figure out what He needed me to do. And I started learning a lot more, and I started becoming more wise and more, understanding of what I need to know in order for my business to grow. So that's it. I'm done. I'm not gonna keep y'all no longer. I just wanted to give y'all a good background on who I am and where I am in this day and age. Like, I'm married, and it's crazy. I'm married. I live in Dallas now. I don't live in Detroit anymore. And it's so much that's getting done, and there's so much growth that's coming out of me that I'm gonna continue to grow each and every day. So thank y'all for watching. Please subscribe, like this, comment if you stay to the end. I'll probably put it up front anyway, but just to let y'all know. Thank y'all for watching my videos. Peace.